Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So we are from group 2.
I am AD.
I am FARISHA.
I am Adam.
And I am SYASYA.
So now we are going to conduct an interview session for our Phonology final project. Stay tuned.
Hello, I am Adam and I will conduct our interview session with our friend from the same kuliah right now. Let's go.
Let's go.
Assalamualaikum.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. So next, we would like to interview one of our international students for this session. Alright.
Hi and welcome to our video presentation for the EDYLEA 2203 Phonology for ELT final project. In this project, we have chosen to focus on two phonological processes that are commonly found in connected speech, addition and assimilation. First, let's briefly explain what these two processes are. Addition is the omission of a sound or syllable in connected speech. This usually happens to make speech faster and smoother. For example, in casual speech, the word handbag might be pronounced as handbag, where the D sound is dropped. Assimilation, on the other hand, happens when a sound changes to become more like a neighboring sound. For example, in the phrase handbag, the D in hand may change to M due to the influence of the variable B in bag, resulting in the pronunciation handbag. Next, both of these phonological processes relevant to ESL learners' pronunciation difficulties. Many second language learners pronounce each word separately without applying these processes, which can affect their speech fluency and intelligibility. Last but not least, they are both important in teaching, listening, and speaking skills. Recognizing these processes help learners improve not only their pronunciation, but also their listening comprehension, especially when exposed to native-like speech. By examining these two processes, we aim to explore how ESL speakers manage connected speech in different contexts. The aim of this experiment is to see whether addition and assimilation occur in the speech of ESL speakers across three different speaking tasks, which are word reading, sentence reading, and spontaneous speech. We also want to see if and how a speaker's English ability and the type of speaking task affect whether they use addition and assimilation when they speak. With that, let's move on to the experiment section, where we will explain how the study was conducted and who participated in it.
In this section, I will explain the steps taken throughout our experiment, focusing on the participants, instruments, and the procedures we followed to collect our data on the phonological processes of addition and also assimilation. So this study involved two undergraduate students from the Kuliah of Education at the IIUM, the International Islamic University Malaysia, both currently in their first year, second semester. And the first interviewee is...
Alright, so Bismillah. My name is Wan Muhammad Izharul Hassan. You can just call me Hassan. I'm in Faculty of Kuliah of Education, majoring in TASL. I'm from Malaysia, locally made.
Yeah.
From Terengganu, Kuala Terengganu.
And the second interviewee is...
My name is Di Xuejiao and I come from China. My hometown is Hebei and my career is education and teaching English as a second language.
To observe the process of addition and assimilation, and we have prepared 3 sets of linguistic stimuli. So this includes the 6 words, 5 sentences, and 5 spontaneous speech prompts to encourage natural pronunciations. And these words and phrases were chosen for their potential to trigger addition in casual or rapid speech, especially in consonant clusters or where similar sounds appear close together. And for the first participant, we initiated contact through a text message. The interview was conducted in person at the best operation room, where the participant read all the provided words and sentences aloud, followed by responses to the spontaneous prompts. The environment was conducive and the session went smoothly. As for the second participant, we also contacted her via text. Given our prior familiarity, we scheduled the interview on June 3rd at 5 p.m. and the session took place near Cafe Education, chosen for its accessibility and relaxed atmosphere. The interview was completed successfully, with the participant responding naturally and confidently. These procedures allowed us to gather clear and useful audio data for phonological analysis, helping us better understand how elision and assimilation functions in real-world spoken English across different speaker backgrounds. So the next part will be explained by the next speaker.
Hi everyone, today I will be presenting the results of a pronunciation interview project that was conducted by my group. The main purpose of this task was to identify the pronunciation patterns of two interviewees by analyzing their speech using IPA transcription. So, we interviewed two participants and each of them was asked to read 5 words, 5 phrases and 1 spontaneous speech segment which began with a prompt and was continued freely. We then transcribed their pronunciations using the International Phonetic Alphabet or IPA to observe how closely their pronunciation aligned with standard forms and to see if there's any interesting variations. Let's start with the first part of the interview, which is the pronunciation of 5 individual words. Here are the 5 words that we used for both interviewees.
Friend,
Friend.
hand,
Hand.
handbag,
Handbag.
cold,
Cold.
world.
World.
Now, let's move on to the second part of the interview, which is 5 phrases. Here are the 5 phrases that were given to both participants.
He asked for help.
He asked for help.
I could not see it.
I could not see it.
She acts quickly.
She acts quickly.
A handful of nuts.
A handful of nuts.
Next time, call me.
Next time, call me.
Finally, the third part of the interview session, which spontaneous speech segment. So in this part, we give each interviewee a starter sentence and ask them to continue the sentences naturally with their own words.
I asked him. He answered me.
I asked him, where is my kuliah location?
She buy. I pay.
She buys a new t-shirt.
Today's weather is fine.
Today's weather is sunny day.
I am Hassan.
I am international student.
The girl is beautiful.
The girl is pretty.
Assalamualaikum and greetings. In this final session, I will discuss the result of our phonological analysis and conclude our findings by connecting them to the backgrounds of our participants. In my part, I will talk about this discussion and the conclusion of our research. So first, I will go to the discussion. So the primary phonological process we observed was elision, which involved the omission of some segment, particularly in casual or rapid speech. In addition to elision, assimilation was noted occasionally, although it was not the main focus. We analyzed 6 words, 5 structured sentences, and 5 spontaneous speech prompts. Based on our data, elision occurred most frequently in the sentence level tests, particularly in words with consonant clusters such as ask, ask, and handbag. In many cases, the final T or D sounds were dropped. In spontaneous speech, elision was less frequent but still observable, especially in phrases like I asked him, where the T was sometimes omitted, depending on the speaker's fluency and speed. The word least showed the lowest occurrence of elision, likely because participants were reading them in isolation with more focus on accuracy. This reflects how phonological processes like elision tend to appear more in connected or natural speech contexts. So let's move to the conclusion. So in conclusion, we found that the frequency of elision was highest during the sentence reading task, moderate in spontaneous speech, and lowest in isolated word. This supports the understanding that elision is more common in connected speech environment where fluency and speed increase. The result can be explained by the linguistic background of our two participants. The local Malaysian participant, who is more fluent English speaker and frequently use English in academic settings, showed more natural elision, particularly in rapid speech. In contrast to the international participant from China, although proficient in English, showed more careful articulation, especially in consonant cluster, possibly due to influence from her first language, which is Mandarin, which has fewer complex clusters. Other influencing factors include language proficiency, exposure to English, phonology, and even age and confidence level during the recording session. Overall, our findings support that phonological processes like elision are shaped by both the phonetic environment and the speaker's background, and they become more visible in speech that is more spontaneous or fluid. So that marks the end of our research and discussion. So thank you for your attention. Thank you.